Alabama Crimson Tide, the second year under Kalen DeBoer.
In year two, with the way that defense played.
Every single year, we're talking about Alabama football being at the top of the top.
Who doesn't want to be a part of that ultimate top-end goal of, being at the top?
Quickly, and it's intercepted. Gone from bad to worse in a hurry.
Pressure coming, and he goes down. And Alabama's got it.
Pressure immediately, and Beck is knocked down.
Legacy, the tradition, everything that's come through this program.
The tradition at Alabama.
It's a beautiful feeling.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Kalen DeBoer Show presented by Truckworks. I'm Chris Stewart, along with the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. 73-0, the final score for Alabama over ULM. I'm not exactly sure what the message was, Coach, but apparently it was very well received.
Yeah, I'm just I'm proud of the guys just focusing on us, and literally just the guys that matter, and that's the ones that are in that team meeting room every single day, on the practice field every single day, coaches, staff, responding the way they need to. And so diligently going about the work that needs to be done, the action that needed to represent the goals we have. And these guys, just continue to stay the course. And, it's only one game, but it's something we can certainly build off of.
You and I visited before the game for a little bit, and you told me you were excited about seeing this team play because you knew they had prepared well, but you also knew they had prepared well for 2 weeks prior to FSU. But a big part of your message was enjoy the preparation success you've had by going and playing well. Also, your team did that certainly today.
Yeah, we did, and You're going to reap the rewards of great preparation, and the guys moved with they moved with purpose. They moved in everything they did, from practice to just even getting into the locker room and on the football field. Everything was just with a purpose, and you can just see the mindset, and that's what I'm proud of, because that's what separates yourself from others. And, they just went to work. And today on the football field, hustling on, hustle off, not just between the whistles, but, that body language that's important, it becomes contagious. And that's what I thought was one of the things that they did a good job all week, and it carried over to tonight.
I've heard you say it many times, leaders lead, and that's what you got your guys to do, obviously, this week, but in the game itself.
They really did, and there's some guys that aren't even on the football field. TK, Tim Keenan, just pouring into, whether it was all week long or here tonight. He couldn't be with us last week, and just his presence I know was felt, and that's a tribute to him. He's voted team captain for a reason, and he and all the other guys that have worked a lot and worked very hard to have the success. They put that leadership into action. Going back to even last Saturday, after the game, before we even hit the plane, you could just tell that there was a deep sense of being upset, and the fire was hot. The fire was hot, all week long, and that carried over. And I also appreciate how they just didn't look at the scoreboard, and they just continued to play and focus on being their best each and every play.
Great from the get-go. Alabama tonight. Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Simpson gets the snap, looking downfield across the middle, actually left side. Bernard catches it for 10 and whoops into the end zone for an Alabama touchdown. Flip Bernard, 10, Bernard to the edge, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Jeremy Bernard is his second of the night. Will be the Bama quarterback who hands it off, and Young walks left side into the end zone for the third Bama touchdown of the opening quarter. Looking, pressure coming, fires downfield, it's picked off, intercepted at the 39-yard line and brought down. Simpson keeps it himself, keeps it inside the 5, keeps it into the end zone, touchdown Alabama. Time, looking, rolls to his right, fires on the run, has a man, catch is made, dives for the pylon, to touchdown Alabama. 28 yards. Formation behind Austin Mack. Play action, fires, catch made, end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Behind every victory is a team behind the team. A community of supporters and fans rallying others to succeed. We're a community of one when we cheer together. And no matter the outcome, we stand together. For more than 70 years, R.J. Young has been that team, backing businesses, schools, and organizations across the Southeast. From locker rooms to boardrooms, in businesses large and small, we power your team to success.
There are no shortcuts on the road to success. It's forged by confidence, purpose, and determination. Everyone has potential. Few have the power to unlock it. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment.
Quite a half indeed, Coach. 42-0 at the break, and I realize there's no such thing as perfect in sports, but 17 of 17 is pretty daggum close to it.
Yeah, and I think Austin had 3 more too, so we were 20 for 20, and again, that's a tribute to the quarterbacks and the accuracy. I thought they did a good job of just handling whether protections, managing times when they had to leave the pocket. Just sorting things out, understanding where receivers were at, and then you got to make the throw. But I thought our guys also did a good job of first catching the ball before they got in a hurry to get upfield, and that's what I saw was a big difference from week 1 to week 2. It's just the game seemed to slow down for us, and really found that rhythm, found that confidence, and understood do the fundamental things, and then the big things will happen. Your skill set, your athleticism, it will take over.
I want to make sure I don't shortchange Ty Simpson now. 17 of 17, yes, 3 touchdown passes, but he also ran for 1 as well. And look, you had a guy last year who was a great runner in addition to having a terrific arm, but Ty can run the football too, even though he's primarily used in passing situations.
Yeah, we hit that other one up the gut on the draw too. Got called back, and you can see just what his ability and skill set is. So he's a threat in a lot of ways, and again, loved seeing what I felt was a step forward with him, just seeing the whole picture and be able to slow the game down. And so really proud of him. Really proud of the way he built throughout the week, understand the game plan, and by Thursday you could just really feel like, okay, it's coming along.
All right, let's take a look at those second half highlights.
We saw him. We'll see what happens here. Quick pitch, tried to go forward, and will have to go backwards instead. Looking, bouncing around, firing, pass complete, caught, Adams, end zone, touchdown. Russell with time, looks, fires, corner of the end zone, touchdown, Alabama. M.J. Sherwin on the receiving catch is made, but so too is the hit. They'll bring a man in motion and hand it off to him, and he is hit in the backfield and stopped and driven back. The handoff goes up the gut. Not much room, a couple of yards at most, and then you're right. I think the ball is knocked loose, and Alabama says they have it. We'll wait and see. And like everything else, it's gone Bama's way. First down, Alabama after the fumble recovery.
Coach, 73-0. You got to play a ton of guys, and it seemed like everybody contributed. You're even in a spot where you're just trying to run the ball at the end of the game, and A.K. Deere lived up to his name. He just took off and flew down the sidelines and saw his great speed. But it was special to see everybody have success and enjoy a team victory.
You know, when the guys at the beginning of the game executed, they were their best. It allowed for other players to get a chance to get out there. And, you know, there was a number of guys that were doing the work maybe as a look team, a scout team, and I felt like because of their intensity in practice, they performed and they were locked in and they went and made plays. And so again, across the board, I thought it was just very intentional on just guys focusing on their job and being their best, and then that leading to the success that they had.
563 yards of total offense. But, Coach, I'm sure you're probably just as pleased about the fact you held them to less than 150 with your defense.
Yeah. I just think all around, you know, we took a punch last week, and, you know, I just seeing the guys and understand how we're going to respond. It's what I would have expected. It really is. Understanding the character of this team, how bad they've shown they want it, and how much they, you know, really, you know, got upset about last week, and you know, punching back, you know, was what the challenge was going to be, and I really felt they did that. And it wasn't just about tonight; it was what they did all week long.
One aspect, Coach, that I thought was really cool about your team, and you talk about resiliency. You had one drive where you had a touchdown taken off the board, and you came back and scored anyway, a touchdown. You had another drive where 2 touchdowns were taken off the board, and you go on to still score and get in the end zone on that drive. You had a field goal basically taken off the board because of a review, I think, and then still made the field goal after that with only a 1-yard change in terms of field position. I guess that's part of what you talk about, keeping your head down and continuing to work regardless of circumstances.
Yeah, I definitely took note of those things because I felt the same way. I felt that they didn't care what the scoreboard said. They just focused on what the circumstance was, what they had to deal with, down and distance, and just go execute the play that was called. And when they did that, you know, good things happen. And again, they didn't get ahead of themselves. They just did their job.
All right, Coach, let's talk about tight end Josh Cuevas, a young man that has came to this program with you and has been such a huge part of your offense for 1 year plus.
Yeah, I think you know, you go around the team, and I think when you look to again another leader, Josh would be one of those guys I think a lot of them would point to, and he's a smooth operator when it comes to catching the ball, and he also packs a punch I think that is a little bit underestimated, you know, when it comes to his blocking, and he's really worked on that. He wants to be a complete tight end. And it's just fun seeing his development over the last 3 years that we've been together, and his impact that he can have on our football team.
Tri-Green Equipment allows us to go all access with Josh Cuevas.
They bring a man in motion. They'll fake it to him. Milroe downfield has a man. It is caught. Touchdown, Josh Cuevas. Alabama adding to its lead with 10:05 to go.
My name is Josh Cuevas from Los Angeles, California. Campbell Hall High School. I really chose to come to Alabama just for the football atmosphere, really, and the coaching staff. I was at Washington previously with this coaching staff, and once they left, I was kind of up in the air on where I really wanted to go and what I wanted to do. I'm grateful enough to have a spot here. When Coach Sheridan called me, he's like, we're looking to pick up another tight end. I was immediate yes, just kind of getting back to my coaching staff that I love. So I played a tight end position. In high school, I played pretty much every position. There was nothing that I really couldn't do. I was playing quarterback, I was playing running back, taking snaps everywhere, at corner even, outside linebacker, just kind of everywhere. But just due to my size and my ability to run routes and catch the ball, they saw it was a good fit for me to play tight end. So that's how I ended up kind of making my way into that position.
Right, throws deep downfield. He's got a man there, and it is caught. Cuevas at the 1, falls down.
Like some of the great aspects, like you're almost like a really good team player, and you're kind of doing almost all the little things that your OC wants you to do, your head coach wants you to do. You're chipping to help some of the O linemen, you're getting in the flat to help some of the receivers open up on their routes to grab some corners or flat defenders. You're blocking, you're helping the quarterback get out of the pocket. You're doing all these little things that may be overlooked by all these analysts, ESPN, Fox, whatever. But you're doing all the little things, and I think that's more rewarding or it's just as rewarding as making a big catch or making a big block. I just want to thank my fans absolutely from the deepest part of my heart. I appreciate you. Transferring from a few different schools, it can be pretty hard to kind of transition into a new atmosphere, but you guys took me in like your own and have made this transition even easier than I could ever imagine. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to my family too. You guys have sacrificed so much for me to get here, and I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at without my fans or my family, so thank you.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment.
Coach, a chance for us to spotlight one of the members of your coaching staff right here. Christian Robinson, outside linebackers coach and proud papa as well. I saw him get a chance to visit with his family for just a moment before the ball game. His wife and their beautiful child, her first game at Alabama, a pretty good one. Just as it was a great game for all of the linebackers as well.
Yeah, Coach Robinson, C-Rob, in the building there. Coach is a complete coach all around. He's a complete person, and man, what he brings to us, he brings a fire, he brings an energy, he brings a work ethic. He understands the game schematically. He's all over it, and he coaches his guys every single day as hard as you could imagine. And it takes a lot of the pride and just aggression that you see from, you know, our guys, he is very representative of that and brings the best out in our players. And so, you know, again, the other elements of the job from recruiting, you know, he's elite in that way, and he's just a huge addition to our staff.
Let's go Red Diamond All Access with outside linebackers coach Christian Robinson.
You know, I was just really excited after going 1 year to really put together everything, all the building blocks that led to the season and really getting the guys ready to play and our process as a staff. You know, I was the last guy hired and got here in late February, and we started spring ball. And so to be able to make the installations the way that I would like for my room, to make the tapes, to sit down with my guys and have that extra time together and work on the things that we did all season long and perfect them. That's what year 2 is exciting for me, and just to really know my guys too. You know, you didn't recruit a lot of them. There was some guys that I had a relationship with before, but to be able to kind of put all that together and them know what I'm about, to know what we're going to do together in year 2, we're already moving fast.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Behind every victory is a team behind the team. A community of supporters and fans rallying others to succeed. We're a community of one when we cheer together. And no matter the outcome, we stand together. For more than 70 years, R.J. Young has been that team, backing businesses, schools, and organizations across the Southeast. From locker rooms to boardrooms, in businesses large and small, we power your team to success.
There are no shortcuts on the road to success. It's forged by confidence, purpose, and determination. Everyone has potential. Few have the power to unlock it. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Coach, each week our play of the game is brought to us by CB&S Bank, and this one came pretty much right out of the gate.
Yeah, first drive of the game, moved the ball inside the 30, and just an opportunity with some pocket movement, which is a really important part of our offense. And, you know, the thing that sticks out to me is Rich Young coming across. They're bringing the pressure off the edge here, and him just physically, you know, getting the job done, understand his responsibility, trusting and knowing where he needs to go. A lot of pieces here with the line, okay, and everyone working together, doing their job, okay, trusting the guy around them. And then really what I love is that we got some guys, you know, rolling and putting some pressure downfield very quickly with Germ and Lotsier. And so, you know, Ty doing a good job, staying disciplined on his read progression, okay, stepping up. You know, some of those throws are sometimes the hardest ones, but he and Germ, you know, getting the job done and getting us off to a really good start to start the game.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment.
Coach, what's next is Wisconsin. The Badgers come in for an 11 a.m. Central kick here in Tuscaloosa again.
Yeah, you know, and just in the locker room, just we did a little bit of recap of what we went through and how we got to this point this week and what the game was all about. But, you know, moving forward, there's a new set of circumstances, right? We got to play an 11 o'clock kickoff. And so, you know, what we were doing at 11 o'clock, we were up and rolling pretty good already this morning, but we definitely weren't already in game mode. And so, you know, just that whole picture and being able to back up tonight and this last week's effort with another one is what it's going to be all about. And so I'm interested to see what the challenge is that these, you know, the challenge and how these guys respond, you know, from week 2 to week 3. It needs to be the same as it was from week 1 to week 2.
Coach, always appreciate the time. Congratulations again on the 73-0 victory over ULM. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by Truckworks.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.